turn the. Can you guys hear kids yelling?
No.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Okay. So I am going to start. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy that you're all here. With me tonight is, well, I mean, you can see all of the people here. I think a lot of you go to church together. Meredith is a friend, Lisa and Karen, we all go to the same church together because it's a big church. So you guys, my parents are on here too. And then the beautiful blonde named Heidi is somebody that I reconnected with from high school. She's actually in France right now joining us because she's got such a cool life. So just a recap really quickly. God has really brought the two of us together in an incredible way. I posted a picture of a squash, like a dried up dirty squash, on an Instagram feed that I don't ever use, and Heidi saw it and was like, wait, we need to have a conversation because what do you mean you grew that? And it has just been really electric since then. As I think everybody here knows, one of my children has an autism diagnosis. And when I started sharing that with Heidi, she started talking to me about this really great company and these opportunities. And there's this retreat out in California, and they send families that have autistic children. And it was a big catalyst as to why we started having these awesome conversations. So that was what got my attention about this really cool company. And then she started talking to me about the ingredients and the products that this company actually provides. And if you have listened to any of my lectures, if you go to any of my classes, you know that I am a freak about ingredients, about the clinical standard of supplement companies, about the quality and purity of anything that you put into your body, how devoid our soils are, and that's where your actual nutrition comes from. And when Heidi and I started talking, she was, really highlighting all of the same concerns and has the same level of charisma, I guess, around everything that I just said. So it was really awesome to connect with a like-minded soul. So this company that she has been involved with for a while now also holds the same standards. Just speaking of the soil, when she started telling me that they've been cultivating their own soil, their own topsoil in their neck of the woods for the past 30 years, and they have like 95 feet of topsoil, my heart was like so overjoyed, because that means that it's really good products. Like it just that alone sold me. I was like, okay, if they understand that, then they are a higher level company. They are conscious. They understand where real health comes from, and they are not part of the destructive forces in the matrix that are trying to separate everybody from God and their souls. Period. This is not one of those companies. So I think everybody on earth needs to enjoy the transformation that can be provided to you through these products. She introduced them to me, I don't know, like less than 2 months ago. I had to get through Christmas and then bought the product one day, got my friend on it the next day. I'm about to get my 30 days tomorrow. Like, I haven't even started this yet, but that is how, you've seen my posts, you've seen it all. This is going to be huge for me. I think anybody who wants to join, it's going to be massive for you. And I wanted to share everything that I can with you guys so that you understand on a really good, basic but deep level as to where I'm coming from and why I think everybody needs to have this in their systems immediately. So I'm going to hand it over to my beautiful friend Heidi, and I hope you guys enjoy. Please ask questions. Hey, Laura. And I will yeah, that's it. Okay. Everybody good? Good. Okay, cool. Ready? Go ahead, Heidi.
Ashley, I just absolutely love your passion for everything. And it's true. Ashley and I, we started talking about a squash that she was turning into this bird feeder. And it just transformed to this like very much like, wait, you care about this stuff too? Wait, you care about this stuff too? Hold on. And we've just been sharing information back and forth, and it's been super fun. Yeah, it's just been such a lovely connection. And yeah, so thank you all for being here. This is really exciting to see how Ashley has such a like already such an impact on her community, and that she's somebody you all can trust and care about what she has to say. So that's really exciting. And I'm really honored to just be able to have this space and time with you. So the 30-day transformation that Ashley is talking about is truly profound. The whole concept is, one of the things, I guess, like at the root of it, literally, is what Ashley was mentioning about the soil health. So the company that we are working with, their philosophy is soil health is our health. If our soils are depleted, then we're depleted. And unfortunately, so much of our food, even if we're buying organic, is grown in depleted soils because of the practices that we've just been using that have been in fashion for so long. And so the company has like 30 years ago saw this coming and already implemented regenerative agricultural practices. And in the main farm in Utah, like Ashley said, there's 96 feet of topsoil right now. So the food is just grown in really nutrient dense soil, which means that the food is very nutrient dense. Also, the company is owned by two people. It is not owned by Nestle. It's not owned by Pepsi. It's not like owned by some umbrella company, like so many shakes. And yeah, exactly. I see Karen clapping. Yeah, that's how I felt too. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because every supplement, I feel like you look at these days, even the ones that used to be good, you like get close on the label and you realize that at the end that they're owned by Pepsi or they're owned by Nestle. And so this company is actually owned by two people. I've met one of them in person. His retreat is held on his land where he lives with his family, and I've been there. And so they really are so passionate and care so deeply about the quality, and they own everything. They work hand in hand with the farms. They own the like processing plants, like where they dry, like they juice the grasses and they dry the grasses in this crazy. It's actually insane how they dry the products. They have these 80-foot towers and they shoot the juices out the top of the towers. Obviously, this is all sterile. And as the juice falls the 80 feet down, it crystallizes, and that's how it's dried. It's actually a wind drying process that's in the shade, and it maintains as like the most amount of enzymes and vitamins as possible, because we lose enzymes and vitamins. They're so delicate with any sort of like heat or sun. And so they found this guy who invented this crazy drying technique, and then they implemented it into the company. So they own that, they own the packaging, they own the business side. They really have their hands on every step of the way to make sure that everything is at the highest quality possible. Everything is triple or quadruple tested to make sure there's no contamination of pesticides, heavy metal, that everything is exactly what it is. And so it's more than organic. All of this stuff, they go above and beyond the USDA organic requirements, because as we all know, even those USDA organic still allow certain chemicals, and they really don't allow anything. In addition, they don't use any fillers or preservatives or additives or isolated vitamins. So you will never see in any of the products, even if it's a vitamin C, for example, we have like a C from nature, or we have a zinc aid, which is, zinc, vitamin A, C, D, and E. But when you read the ingredients, you won't see like zinc, without a whole food. You won't see like magnesium or vitamin C from citric acid. There's none of that. Everything is from whole foods, so our body can actually assimilate it, and that there aren't a bunch of byproducts that are created that our body now has to eliminate and detox from. So they really go above and beyond every step of the way to uphold, like Ashley said, like it's like the highest quality food that I feel like that I have found that I can access, and they do their hardest to keep it as affordable as possible. And I think they do a really good job with that too, because their mission really is to just give everybody as much access to these foods as possible. Another thing I want to touch on is that most of the farms are located in the United States. We do source a few things internationally, but again, our people, the owners, they fly to those farms, they keep their eye on it, they're testing everything that comes from there. They have really intimate relationships that they will cultivate with these very specific farmers. I mean, they'll go after specific farms for like 12 years sometimes before they actually can get into a working relationship with them, because Dave, I don't know how he does it. He knows where the like richest source of like certain foods are available. So it's really, really fun. You can obviously dive in. I can keep going on and on about, the background of the company. But I really, that's just one of the, this is why I work with them. I'm just really appreciative of the responsibility that they take with everything that they do in the company. So that's the background of the company. Now moving into, and if at any point anybody has any questions, like please, hop in, stop me. Ashley, if you ever want to like hop in and cut me off and add in your 2 cents, please, everybody feel free. I would love this to be interactive. So yeah, the 30-day transformation was developed to provide a way for people to find long lasting, true transformation. It's actually called the ultimate lifestyle transformation. They're actually moving in. They just announced that they are now creating a 90-day transformation because really, and this actually correlates with my training. So I forgot to mention, I am a regenerative health practitioner. So I have studied similar, it's not functional nutrition, it's a little bit different, but essentially my training it gets to the root cause of issues, and then we address it at a cellular level through detoxification methods. And so what I always say, and actually what Ashley says in her work as well, is that true cellular regeneration occurs at 90 days. And so it's really exciting to see that the company is actually like catching up with like what I've studied and what Ashley has studied. And they've just announced that like they're now really emphasizing like, hey, let's support our people, like our clients, in the best way possible, because we all know that the most profound change happens at 90 days. And this is what's really going to, give our clients the results that they're looking for in the true long term. But even at 30 days, it's a great place to start. You can always, decide to continue on. If you want to make the agreement, the commitment to go 90 days from the beginning, we can support you in that. But the 30 days is going to at least give you a taste of exactly what's available. And you will see a lot of changes that's happening. I mean, people can lose anywhere from like 7 to 20 pounds just in that month, depending on what your body's doing and, what your body is looking for, but it's pretty incredible. I'm going to share my screen and pull up, just for visuals sake, a web page so that you guys can see what's in it. And I'll talk a little bit about what each thing does so you can have a better understanding of, okay, cool, 30 days, but what is it? So let me share my screen.
How's everybody doing? Are we all hanging on? Okay, cool. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Oh, Devin, awesome.
All right, so just take a little note here. Okay, so what's included? So the super amino 23 is actually just amino acids. So amino acids are the building blocks of protein. Then obviously our protein is important for many functions in the body. And so this is a 98% bioavailable formulation of amino acids. All it is compressed non-soy legumes. And it has been formulated to actually bypass the liver and kidneys, which is where a lot of the protein needs to be processed when we eat like animal proteins or even plant proteins that are complete. And this goes straight into the bloodstream in 23 minutes. It creates very little byproduct that the body has to then eliminate. So most proteins, whole food proteins, complete proteins, especially animal-based, only are about 20 to 40% bioavailable, which means whatever grams you're seeing, you're only actually absorbing maybe 20 to 40% of that. The rest of that is all byproducts that now have to be eliminated, which is a lot of work for the kidneys and the liver. So these are going to ensure that you have all of your protein needs covered for the month every day. You don't have to worry about trying to count your macros. So this is going to be a really easy way for your body to assimilate the amino acids, all of the essential amino acids that you need, in a very easy way. So you can see here, it might help create lean muscles, support skin elasticity, burn fat. It's great for the brain and nervous system, and it also balances our hormones. And you'll take these twice a day, 5 tablets twice a day. Then you'll have your shakes. So your shakes, this is like this is the magic. The part is truly, this is where you're going to be flooding your body with a ton of nutrients and also alkalizing your body. So little side note, a little chemistry lesson. We all, I'm sure, remember from our high school chemistry classes, which I hated, but there's two sides of chemistry. There's acids and there's bases. And so bases are also called alkaline, and humans are an alkaline species. Our blood is a 7.4 pH. If it moves from that, we die. 7.4 is an alkaline pH. And so we really want to bring our body into an alkaline state, because that's when we're at the, like, our cells and everything are thriving. It's at the happiest, like, homeostasis, because it's not fighting acidity. It's not fighting to bring our blood, keep protecting our blood to keep everything in balance. And so these shakes are providing a massive amount of really nutrient dense superfoods, because of everything I talked about earlier with the farming, in an alkaline state. And so it's going to be just really allowing, it's like feeding your body at a cellular level. So you'll have this twice a day. We do have a few different blends, and Ashley and I can help you decide which blends that you like. I have my go-tos that I set up most of my clients with. Ashley, is learning about them too. So we can help you choose which ones are going to be the best fit for you. But you will have these twice a day. You can, either just, shake them up with water or an unsweetened nut milk, or you can turn them into a smoothie or a smoothie bowl. So these are going to be definitely, you want to make sure you get these in your body twice a day, because that's really going to be where the magic happens. This is a really excellent product. Oh, and I wanted to just share, there's a fun, some great information about the super aminos. They're actually used in some hospitals to support coma patients while they're in a coma, to help them maintain muscle on their body even while in a coma. That's how well our body assimilates these amino acids. So that's pretty cool. Biomedic is another one of our products that's gone through clinical trials. It's the only, I believe, clinically proven formula on the market right now in the United States to eliminate, not eliminate, but to bring down levels of glyphosate in the body, as well as bring down the C-reactive protein levels, which is our inflammation markers in our blood. And so glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup. It's extremely toxic. It's sprayed on any non-organic wheat, corn, tons of other crops. It's water soluble. It gets into our groundwater. It gets into our air. It's very hard to avoid, even if we do our best. And it's very hard on the body. It's very hard on the kidneys. It's hard on our gut lining. It's hard on the brain. So this actually product has been proven over a 6-week period to bring down glyphosate levels by 75%. Same with the C-reactive proteins. It's incredible. At the same time, as if that wasn't enough, this is going to also be helping to repair your gut lining. It's going to be helping remove mucoid plaque, which is a plaque that can build up on the inside of the small intestines, which then prevents nutrient absorption. So this is going to be helping remove that, and as well as stimulating the whole GI system to function at a better level. So Biomedic, it's a brilliant product, and it's 1 capsule twice a day. So it's very easy. Apothecary is a concentrated tart cherry juice, which may not sound like a lot, but it's actually very powerful. Tart cherries do a few things. So they actually support our kidney function, which is very important during detoxing, because kidneys are one of our main eliminative pathways. And so we want to make sure that they're supported, and this is going to help with that. At the same time, tart cherries bring down inflammation in the body. So who doesn't need that? I know I need that. I think everybody needs bringing down inflammation. And then the fun part is tart cherry, stimulate our pineal gland, which actually creates our melatonin. And our melatonin is what allows our body to sleep in a deep, restful sleep. So it's not taking a melatonin pill. We're not adding melatonin into the body. This is stimulating our body's own production of melatonin. And what that's going to do, why it's in this kit, is because when we can get our body into a deep REM sleep, that's where true rest and healing occurs, which is really what our bodies need while moving through any detox, is to make sure it's getting that deep, restful, healing sleep. So in addition, it beautifies the skin. Because it's tons full of antioxidants, it brings down inflammation, combats free radicals, and enhances sleep. So that is our apothecary. the last bit of our standard kit is the Super Cleanse R, which is our parasite cleanser. So it's an herbal formula. You'll only be doing this for 10 days of the month. So you'll start this around the middle 10 days. We want to actually first support and nourish our body with all of these amazing nutrients before we move the body into a parasite cleanse, because a parasite cleanse can be quite hard on the body. Not hard, it just requires a lot of energy for the body to eliminate parasites. And so first we build up the body, get it strong, we continue nourishing the body while adding in the parasite cleanse, but it only lasts 10 of the 30 days. So we actually need to do this twice. So you'll do it your first month, and no matter what you decide to do for your second month, you do want to make sure, and you will receive 2 bags of this to make sure that you'll have it already, but you do want to make sure you do this again the second month, no matter what path you take beyond this first month, because as parasites die, they lay eggs as a survival mechanism. So we need to get back in there. And as those eggs are hatching, get in there, clean them out again before they're old enough or mature enough, I guess is the right way to say it, mature enough to lay eggs again. So very important part of the cleanse, of the detox. It also is going to be helping your bowels move, because again, we need to make sure our body's eliminating as we are detoxing and, killing parasites. So that is our standard pack. We have things that we can add on to support things like adrenals. We can support your immune system. We can support your body's own production of collagen. Again, we are not adding collagen in, but we do have some products, some formulations to actually support your body's own production of collagen. If athleticism is something that is one of your goals or a big part of your life, we do have a performance pack that supports fitness, holistic fitness support. We have things to support your joints, your heart, your brain and nervous system. So we can definitely work with you to add on things if you'd like. We also have some things that are just fun for energy, coffee replacements, stuff like that. So definitely, when you're working with Ashley, she can help you modify and add on anything that, if you're looking for anything in addition beyond just our standard pack. And just to give you a little bit of like a day in a life, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Essentially, the idea is that you would, work with Ashley. She'll give you guidelines about how to modify your diet during this time as well. You will be eating. This is not a starvation cleanse. This is very much about nourishing and adding in nutrients into the body. This is not about starving. So you'll have 2 shakes a day plus 1 meal a day. If you require a lot of calories or weight loss isn't one of your goals and you're just a person who needs a lot of calories, you could have 2 meals a day plus your 2 shakes a day. You might, though, often most people feel completely satisfied and nourished with 2 shakes a day plus their 1 meal, because we also start the day off with fruit. We also have snacks when we're hungry. So there's a whole, you're eating. This is not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm just like depleted and I can't survive. I have no food. You will be eating the whole time, and Ashley will provide you with food guidelines to best support, your body's transformation into, to complement this entire process. All right, that was a lot of talking, a lot of information. I definitely want to, open it up for questions, pass it back to Ashley, have her fill in any gaps. But yeah, please, let me know if you have any questions. I would love to have a conversation.
So I spoke with Lisa this afternoon, just a little while ago. And while I was talking to her about the tools in this kit, I literally was brought to tears because of just how powerful this is. And I could cry right now. And when you were talking, I started getting teary because I cannot believe that this is in my reality. I am so grateful. I am so grateful because I hate how poisoned people are being. And I absolutely love that this is a resource for humans to be able to heal and to be able to reverse disease. This is so important to me. And I'm so happy you guys are all here. This is so part of my heart. And I just absolutely really love you. And I really appreciate everything that you just said, because you just did a really brilliant job. So thank you. So with that being said, anybody have any questions? Because I don't know if like you saw my Facebook post and you were like, oh, she's got some magic pill or oh, whatever. I sent Laura a text message this morning, like, I found something really great. You need to come on. So even Karen, I didn't give much to you guys and you showed up, and that was brilliant. So I do want to hear like what your thoughts are, just whatever, just somebody say something.
Meredith has
have
her
a
hand up.
Uh,
Oh,
Can
whoever
you
wants to
hear
go
me?
first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt. I just wanted to know what exactly is in the shake itself, like the powder, actually.
Oh, good question.
Great question. I'm going to share my screen again. Ashley prepared me for this question. She's like, wait, we have to show them the ingredients. Somebody's going to ask.
Yeah.
So I have it all ready right here.
That was the most powerful part to me, was the ingredients list. That's what like got me, because it's so important, and they are so, I mean, it's like, so I just, one caveat really quick. I belong to a really high-end online supplement pharmacy. Like if you go to a functional nutrition or functional medicine doctor or any sort of holistic doctor, they use full script. You'll get your prescription recommendations for supplements through there. Instead of me having to send you 30 different recommendations for all of the things that you would be on, this program is literally a one-stop shop. And not only do they have a 30-day transformation, but then they have a maintenance program right afterwards. So literally you don't have to take 100 different supplements every day to maintain your health. That's it. Heidi, you can take over.
Yes. So like I mentioned, there are a few different shake blends. So this is our power shake blend. It was actually one of the original formulas that the company introduced way back when they started, which was about 25, 30 years ago now. So this one is one of our more like simple ones. It's very greens heavy focused, grasses. So we can see we've got rice bran extract. Rice bran extract is actually the outer shell of rice. It's like what they remove to make white rice, it's like that brown part, which is actually a really wonderful source of vitamin E. It's a natural source of vitamin E. So that's in here: organic oat flour, spirulina, millet, carrot juice, wheatgrass juice, amaranth, alfalfa leaf, oatgrass juice, buckwheat, quinoa, raspberry flavor, apple flavor, which I will explain in 1 second, lohan guo, I never had to say this, berry extract, which is monk fruit, and chia seed. And so when I met one of the owners, Dave, this past fall, I had this burning question I wanted to know, because I trust this company fully through all the research. And, I was like, okay, I know that they're good, but this had always bothered me, like these flavors. I was like, I know that natural flavors, is a loophole in the FDA so that companies can add in all sorts of crazy chemicals, but they don't have to list them in their ingredients because it's a natural flavor. And what it is to protect like basically the secret sauce, right? It's like to protect companies like secret ingredients. They just put natural flavor, but it's oftentimes packed full of chemicals. And so I met Dave and I was like, I have to know, please explain to me what the natural, they don't say natural, but please explain to me what these flavors are in your products, because, and I, gave him my little spiel about the FDA, which he's beyond aware about. And he explained to me that actually all it is they use like herbs and barks and plants to create flavors. Like that's all it is. Like, he's like, yeah, we have this woman. He's like, actually, we worked with this one person. And he's like, it's a funny story. We had this one person that we hired just for this job, but it wasn't like working very well. And then we had this this Mexican woman working in our office and like in our corporate office. And she like knew the struggle we were having with our, flavor scientist. And she was like, let me in the kitchen. I'm really good in the kitchen. Give me a shot. I feel like I could do it. And I guess she just blew them all out of the water. And that's been her role ever since. And she's just like this one little woman who just is really good at making flavors from plants. She's like, modern day alchemist. So that's just a little side note, because I know for me, it was a little bit like, what are these flavors? So that's, as you can see, there's no like vitamin C or, xanthan gum or, it's just whole food ingredients. And I'll show you another one that I know Ashley's really excited about. And one of my favorites is the super meal. And the super meal, if you look at the ingredients, and so you can see on all the product pages, you can see they're very transparent. You can see the product benefits. You can scroll right down here. You can see all the ingredients. And then videos and more, you can find out more information about products. If there's any clinical trials done on them for like the Biomedic or the Super Aminos, those will be listed here as well. So everything is very transparent and at your fingertips. So you can really do the research if that's how, your mind works. So this super meal is one of our other shake blends. So we've got fermented rice protein, flaxseed, green food blend, which is alfalfa leaf juice, wheatgrass, barley grass, spirulina, chlorella, dandelion leaf. Then we have a sprout blend, and I know Ashley's huge on sprouts. So if you've been studying with her, you know how powerful they are. So there's a whole blend just of sprouted stuff. So we've got quinoa sprouts, red clover, sunflower, flax, amaranth, lentil, millet, garbanzo bean, broccoli. All of those are sprouted. Then we've got some dark buckwheat, and then we've got a medicinal mushroom blend. So we've got maitakes, cordyceps, tremellis, shiitakes, and turkey tail, which are all very powerful mushrooms that do a whole slew of things for the body. We've got some maca in there, some pumpkin, and then we've got some vegetables. So we've got broccoli, cabbage, parsley, and kale. And then we have some apple eleuthero, which is a very wonderful adaptogenic herb, some stevia extract to see the little sweetness, acerola cherry, sea kelp, and dulce. So we've got a little bit of our seaweeds in there. And then to finish it off, we've got rhodiola root, which is another wonderful adaptogen. So again, you can see all the ingredients. They're all food. It's all words you can pronounce and you know what they are. And that is why I love this company. So yeah, great question. Thanks for that question, Lisa. And I know, Meredith, you had your hand up earlier. Did you have a question as well?
No, I've been kind of posting my questions in the chat, and Ashley's been answering. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
That's working out well.
Wonderful. Okay. Excellent.
We have a direct link going. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I make mine into smoothie bowls every day because I'm obsessed with smoothie bowls, but you can actually absolutely just mix it with water, and you can totally just do the 30 days. And I always tell people, I meet people where they're at. Some people come to me and they're like, I want a full-on transformation. I have been dealing with this crap. I'm tired of dealing with it. Let's do it. And it's like, cool, let's do the 30 day or the 90 days. Like, that's what's going to get you there. And other people are like, I just kind of want to reset a little. I just kind of want to a little flush, nothing too crazy. I'm like, cool, let's start with 30 days and then let's touch base, and we'll touch base about 3 weeks into it and we'll see what you want to do next. So it's really we meet you where you're at. And obviously Ashley will have her own approach, and she already, as a functional nutritionist, she already has her approach with clients. So she'll have her own spin and her own touch in how, she'll work with all of you. And I'm always here as backup to help as well.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So this your protocol to start is looks very good. And if effective, what is the maintenance for? Okay, so say you do a 1 month cleanse. What's the maintenance for the next 11 months? What's the procedure through that period?
Yeah, great question. So the maintenance program is everything that comes in the 30-day program, except for the parasite cleanse, because we don't need to do that every month. You just need to do that once or twice a year. So you get everything else, though, the aminos, the Biomedic, the shake, and the Tart Cherry, but you get it in half the amount. So instead of taking aminos twice a day, you would take them once a day. Instead of 2 shakes per day, you'll get enough to have 1 shake per day. You still will be taking the same amount of Biomedic, actually, and the Tart Cherry, instead of getting 2 bottles that you would in your first month, you'll only get 1 bottle. So you'll just be taking a smaller dose. And yeah, for pricing, the 30 days, the first 30 days, if you do the 30 days, is breaks down to about $12 a day, which is $370 or so for the month. And then our maintenance program breaks down to $650 a day, which is about $190 for the month. So Ashley and I always laugh. It's like, what can you even get for $650 these days? Or even $12, like maybe a sandwich? Like, I don't know, prices are so high and for everything, it's like, what can you even get for $12 a day? Like, not very much. So, and
the
maintenance program.
Fries.
Yeah.
What did you say?
2 Big Macs and a large fries, $12.
Right. There you go.
Right. Karen.
Choices.
So, one of the things that I hear a lot with, and not that there's many people here that have small children, but, that eating really clean is really hard, and getting all the nutrients in is really hard, and having to maintain all of the supplement subscription is really hard. Like I said before, this is we'll definitely do a little pre-work if anybody wants to do this. I was thinking about running more of a group cleanse so that we can have a page and we can kind of do this all together and go through it all together and support each other. And there's accountability and what are you making tonight? And just having a team is just, makes it, because maybe not everybody in your house wants to do it and you're on your own. And I mean, I know working with some of you already, like that's definitely been a struggle. So just having a one-stop shop for everything, as opposed to, having to buy your supplements and having to learn how to make a seaweed salad and then freezing your algae so you can take a couple of tablespoons of that during the day. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lifestyle. And that's why I absolutely love that this is a lifestyle company, because they have streamlined it and brought it current for a 2023 human and made it really super convenient and easy. And that's why I am just very grateful for the whole thing and really am very excited. So does anybody else have any questions?
Well, I was wondering what the flavors are.
Oh, good question.
Because I know Heidi had mentioned Tart Cherry. Like, I don't like tart stuff, but I love cherries, sweet cherries. So is that the only flavor that comes in, or just curious?
Yeah, it is. It's just the fruit. It's just a fruit that's been juiced. So it's not super tart, honestly. When you add it with water, it's actually a bit sweet. It's just the type of cherry that it is. It's called a tart cherry.
Oh.
It's not flavored. It's just a specific type of cherry that has these benefits that's been juiced and, put into a concentrate. So, or, reduced into a concentrate. So there is no other flavor for that, but I guarantee you will probably really enjoy it. And you can, if you don't like it with just water, you can mix it in with your smoothie. But I bet you should be fine. And you could always like squeeze some lime or lemon into it, or there's ways you can definitely modify it if you really don't like the flavor. But I've never had any of most of my or all of my clients are like, oh, I love the tart cherry. It's so delicious. It's such a great nightcap. You can put in a glass of wine. It looks just like red wine. So that's kind of fun too for any of you wine drinkers.
Put it in a wine glass, not in a glass of wine.
Oh, did I say glass of wine?
Yes.
Sorry, it's late over here. A wine glass. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, don't put it with the glass of wine. That'll ruin the whole thing. That's funny. Oh yeah, and I did mention, sorry, I wrote a cookbook last year, and so you will all receive that with, if you decide to do work with Ashley and do this transformation, you'll all get a PDF copy of my 30-day meal plan, which was designed to go along with this transformation. So it's just a resource. You're not required to follow it, but it does have a weekly shopping list. So you can either, like, if you decide you're like, I don't even want to think this month, like I'm just going to plug and play, you could literally take my cookbook each week, follow the shopping list, and then there's 7 recipes that you can follow. They're all pretty easy to follow. I tried to make nothing too complicated, and nothing's like a 2-hour complicated thing. Easy, delicious, satisfying, and follows all of the food guidelines. So you all have access to that. And then Ashley obviously will be guiding you as well, but that's just another resource you'll have available to you to use as you wish.
If you come to my classes and you like the food and you like the fudge and you like the balls and you like all of that stuff, then you will absolutely love her recipes. For any of my family that's in this call right now, your Christmas presents that were edible all came from her cookbook. So there you go.
Nice.
Anybody else have any questions? The company's name is Purium. It comes from premium and pure, because it really is, and they smush the words together, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
So
Yeah.
as far as like the shake, you'll let us know like what our goal is, which one we should take. Like if our goal is weight loss, or if our goal is health, or it seems like the 2 ingredients that I saw were totally different. Like one with the mushrooms versus, the other one. Like they're for different things, I would imagine. I don't know. Am I stating that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I usually get my clients a variety pack, to be honest, because it's a month.
Oh,
okay. So I like to have a variety, and also it's great for the body because they, like you said, they absolutely do all different things. So yeah, Ashley and I will work together, and, you know, as Ashley learns more and, you know, with all of her knowledge, she'll also be able to help you, you know, pick out which ones would be best for you. But generally, I usually, unless somebody's allergic to something, I usually just get people like a variety pack, and that
Oh,
way you
okay.
can,
Good.
yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. I know like a lot of companies like Beach Body or whatever, you have to do the vanilla or the chocolate, or there's only one for that 30 days, so you can't mix and match for the month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for us, you can mix and match most of them. There is one that you can't mix in. You have to either order it or not order it. But the rest there's 3 that you can mix and match. So I usually get my clients all 3.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Company, great.
Right.
Really, it really does.
I'm
And,
looking
like,
forward to it.
you know, I was so excited when I got my full script account, because you have to have like certain credentials for that. And just like, you know, being able to say, no, I only work with pure supplements, like, you know, high quality clinical grade supplements, is a really cool thing to be able to have. But this is like, I don't know, it surpasses that in my head. I never thought I would be so crazy about a specific company at all in my life. Like, this is not my department. I mean, Juice Plus, doTERRA, like we use all of that stuff in here, and I can't say enough about those products. But the company itself and just everything, yes, it is gluten-free. Absolutely. There is no dairy. There is no nothing. This is 100% pure plant-based, right out of the book of Genesis. And we're talking about living stuff. Okay. Like it's somebody sent me ingredients list from Isagenix just 2 days ago, which I guess is another really I never got into these types of shake companies. I didn't like it. I want you to get, and that's what I lecture too. If you've seen my lectures up until now, you'll hear me in there saying, people will ask, can we do a protein shake? Can we do this? Can we do that? I'm like, I'd prefer you really to get it from Whole Foods, because that's how you're supposed to do it. Your body has to rearrange all of that stuff and get it into its proper molecular structure for you to be able to assimilate it. So I am not, and never have been, a proponent of a shake company. And I don't even like saying that that's what this is, because like when I do my spirulina, it's in a powder form and I can add it to things. So I guess I need to find some sort of, Heidi and I were talking about this. I want to find like a different word to use instead of making a shake out of it, because it's not a shake, like, you know, a chocolate shake or a whey protein shake or just a pre-workout. Like, it's not that at all. And I totally lost where I was going with that, but that was a whole lot more information. Oh, the other company. So she sent me this ingredients list. Sorry, thank you. She sent me this ingredients list, and there was like, you know, maltodextrin in it, which is a corn byproduct from genetically modified corn. There was no organic on it anywhere that I saw. She sent me like 3 different products, and she's like, how does this check out? And like, you know, halfway down was some junky filler stuff and some fake sugar stuff. And then there was whey protein, like, you know, way down on the bottom, but still, you know, and every company, I guess, has their own target market, but this is clinical grade healing. This is for, you know, getting you on a really great path of reversing chronic disease, of reversing long-term inflammation. Something that I heard them say today was, you know, it took you a really long time to get to this point in your health journey or non-health journey. It took you however old you are to get you to this point in your life with whatever you have going on. And this company has the ability in a very short amount of time to reverse and transform your life in such a way that doing it using any other processes would take a ridiculously long amount of time, unless you went down to the Hippocrates Health Center yourself and spent 21 days there, learned their lifestyle, came home, implemented. I mean, like, it requires a lot of work. and not necessarily, but like, you know, sprouting is no joke. Like, you got to plant seeds, you got to wait, you got to schedule it so that you constantly have stuff growing. I mean, like, it's a lot. And algae, you know, you forget because they're in your freezer, and it's just really easy, and it's so pure, and it's clean, and I love it. And I love it. Amen.
Amen. That was, yes.
Anything else, guys?
So just last question. So typically we wouldn't need all like our other supplements that we take. We should be getting everything from the amino acid and the shakes and all that.
Correct.
Okay.
I want to, that question was proposed. Yeah, I guess that's the right word, right? By somebody else here too. I want to, it's why I would, you know, let's work hand in hand together. I want to know way more about what's going on specifically, especially with a couple of you. But yeah, no, this supports everything. This supports everything. Yeah, absolutely.
So Ashley, so then turmeric for anti-inflammatory, Botswana, all those kind of supplements that you can take, any of the I guess memory health supplements that are on the market, which most companies are saying it's a bunch of garbage. And then vitamin D's, the supplements, everything like that. You, with this program, you can stop all that.
I mean, so if you're taking a really high quality curcumin, if you're taking, correct, because all of your stuff should come from plants anyways. And yes, you can take a really high quality vitamin D. I mean, there's definitely some things that you don't have to give up. It's only going to add to your system. It's not going to deplete it, as long as it's, you know, of the proper quality and your body is being able to assimilate it properly. I'm not going to tell you, if you have 4 bottles of curcumin that are, again, a really good quality on your shelf, not to take them, but the anti-inflammatory properties that are going to naturally come from the things that are in this product are exactly what you're going to need anyways.
And then and you're familiar with this product for you know, smoothies or shakes or whatever you want to call them, is Kava. I mean, the research I did on them, they're very good. You know, I don't know how they're grown, which I understand the whole method, you know, for growing crops where they have a good root base and nutrition versus the shallow stuff that we have going on through this whole country here with the way they farm anymore. But adding those type of things into this also.
I don't have a problem if you added that in as one of your meals, if that's what you're going to do, because I do like that product, actually. So this far surpasses that in terms of, like, you know, if you're going to go, I'm trying to think of an example, just the hierarchy of cleanliness. This is the alpha and omega, just like the Hippocrates Health Center is the alpha and omega of lifestyle. Kava would be, you know, a step or two down, but I have never found anything that touches Kava's nutrient density other than this. Like, this is it.
Maybe in the maintenance
I
program.
want to jump in, and also I just looked up Kava while you guys were talking, because I've never heard of it. They have it's a whole, like, a very long list of added vitamins. And so personally, in the work that I do, I wouldn't take it, because all of those vitamins your body can't really assimilate, and it's actually really hard for then your body to eliminate the byproducts created from those vitamins because they are synthetic. So I would give it a rest. Like, if you've got a bunch, like Ashley said, and, you know, it's your choice. And, you know, obviously, like, Ashley will have her own guidelines. But I would recommend, while trying Purium for 30 days, to maybe just, like, give the Kava a rest, and also your other vitamins and supplements, just to see how you feel, right? Like, let's really let the magic happen from Purium. And yeah, the thing with Kava, everything looks great. It all looks like organic. They have a lot of great ingredients, but their very long list of added synthetic vitamins is definitely concerning to me, as well as their enzyme blend. What we say in regenerative health is if you take it, you won't make it. So if you're constantly giving your body enzymes, your body will stop producing its own enzymes and your pancreas will actually become weak. It's the same thing with, like, if you're constantly taking melatonin, your body will forget how to make its own and your pineal gland will become weak. So the Kava blend also has enzymes in it. So if you're taking it on a regular basis, I would just be careful, but it's more the vitamins that concern me. And to answer your question about the vitamin D, so again, vitamin D is often made from a synthetic source. I always recommend to my clients to get their vitamin D from an algae. There's an algae plant that actually has a very great, safe vitamin D that's very bioavailable. It's very easily assimilated by our bodies. And Purium actually does have a wonderful whole food supplement called Zinc Aid. It's like 7 ingredients, but it gives you, and it's all whole foods, and it gives you 100% daily value of zinc, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E. So there's a package you can add on. It's called the ULT Plus Immune that would include that. So just things I just have a hard time, and I had to like hop in about the synthetic vitamins because it's just something that we unfortunately like think we're doing a good job. We're like, we're doing that, like, look at everything we're doing for our bodies. And at the end of the day, actually, it's like quite hard on our bodies. And so we can actually do the opposite of what we're hoping for. So I just like to educate around that.
And this is why I love having Heidi here, because I had no idea that they had all that extra stuff.
I didn't either. So thank you.
Amazing. So beautiful.
My pleasure.
Anybody else? No? All right, cool. Well, if you want to order, please send me a message so that we can get you started. I'm thinking it's February. Depending on how many people order, I guess I would want to do some sort of a group process if you want to be part of that. If you want to go on your own, then, you can go ahead and do that. But like I said, I think it would be way better if, we could stay connected a little bit during that process. Maybe an official one starting in a couple weeks, or maybe March, so that you would have time to kind of do a little bit of pre-work beforehand, start cutting some stuff out so that you're actually getting the most out of the products, and, your detox process is not so painful. So yeah, but if that's it and nobody has any other questions, then I will totally let you go.
Actually, I have one question. I noticed in some of the ingredients, it said flour, like a second ingredient. And I think I'm not sure what it was, but it was processed into a flour. I've been told that I should stay away from flour. Not that I've been able to do it yet, but that I should, I know, being honest.
I don't think it was that type of flour. I would be very surprised if we're talking about a white flour, Heidi.
Well,
I think it was flour.
What?
I'm pulling it up again.
Okay.
To see.
Okay.
And I think there's only that in one of the shakes. So if that was like something like you couldn't do, then we would just not include that formula, that shake formula.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for sure. Yeah, of course. And I'm just pulling up.
Missed
Sure it was oat flour.
that, Heidi. What kind of flour was it?
I'm looking right now. Oat flour.
Okay.
So it's just ground up oats.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. If that's something that you are hoping you're trying to stay away from, then we would just, we would choose different shakes for you.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
Thank you.
flour is just misleading. What?
Okay. All right.
Oh, how-
Anyways, so, okay. Well, that's it. I love this. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad that you guys all now understand what reality I'm living in and why I've been so darn excited on social media recently. I feel like I have not been on, I don't know, in years, and all of a sudden, like, just, so, all right. Anyways, I look forward to hearing from you guys. And
Totally. And one last thing I just want to add on to is, if you have anybody in your life that you think would benefit from this, like, sharing is caring. Like, you know, the more people, and also it's always fun to have a buddy. It's always fun to do these kinds of things with a friend or a partner or anyone, you know. So just to just remember people, like, hey, if there's anybody in your life that you think that would benefit from this, you know, just let them know. Send them our way, send them Ashley's way. So, but awesome. Well, thank you all so much. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you for all.
Everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, Ashley. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome, Sharon. See you later.
guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Dad.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you all. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Wonderful.
Great job. That was great.
So fun. That
You're
was so fun.
You're